haven't spoken to you since you've started being in and out of the lineup a bit. How are you feeling?
Good, man. Definitely making progress. It's been a slow, recovery process, this and that. But it's coming around. It's going to take some time, but I'm getting there.
Your last couple of games seem to have a lot of energy, a bit more physicality. Is that a sign that you're getting there a bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's it takes a little bit to find that type of game, especially when you're coming off an injury. But yeah, for sure. I think it's going to continue to get better. I'll be able to skate a little bit better and keep pushing through things as time goes on.
We saw you on a line with Tage and Tuch today. You've skated with them in the past at times. What works about you three together on the ice?
Well, three big bodies, right? So we're able to create some space for each other for sure. We've got a kind of a mix of everything, between the three of us. Truthfully, those two are obviously very good players, very skilled players. So it's not too tough for anyone to jump in with them, I don't think.
How does your approach change, if at all, when you're playing with them compared to Krebs and Mallenstein or anywhere else in the lineup? Do you go into the game with a different mentality or just try to beat yourself?
No, it's the same. There's a little bit of a difference, right? But for myself, what I do out there, no matter where I'm playing in the lineup, my role relatively stays the same. I'll go out there and try and do everything I did, with Krebsy and Mal. Just for those two.
In general, if you're involved or not, when Lindy shakes up the lines, do you guys take that as a bit of a wake-up call in the room that you need to? I know the offense hasn't been great the last few games. Is it a wake-up call that you just gotta find a way no matter what?
Anytime he changes the lines, you gotta kind of think that we're doing it because what we currently have going isn't working. But at the same time, you go in and you kind of got a new start, some new faces, but we're all working towards the same goal, so it's relatively similar.
Jordan, how does this team need to kind of cultivate some desperation going into this next game?
Yeah, it's a mentality, right? We gotta be sick of losing, sick of letting games get away from us, and I think just wanting a win, needing a win, is truthfully all the motivation that I think we need. We haven't scored as much as we've wanted to in the last couple of games, and I think it's frustrating guys, frustrating us as a whole. So I expect our motivation going into tomorrow night to be pretty high.